Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're having an awesome day. Back with more Storm Collectibles. This time is Terry Bogard from the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match or Fatal Fury. This is a re-release. I missed on the first release a couple of years back, so certainly when this was put up for pre-order earlier in 2024, I definitely put a pre-order in because I did not want to miss this one. I got this from Big Bad Toy Store. I think this retails here in the US for about $95 or so if you get it through Big Bad Toy Store. So you could see them there in the box. Here we got the King of Fighters Ultimate Match 98 logo. On the side we got Terry doing here his walk, and then here more Terry with the blue logo in the background, and then here of course in the back we've got Terry, the different facial expressions that he comes with, and the different effects, power dunk, tackle, and all that other great stuff that Terry comes with. So certainly looking forward to opening this one. And
so let's get going here with Terry Bogard. In the box you do get a nice background based on the King of Fighters 98 game that this guy is currently representing. So again, really nice background that you can use with your toy photography or for display purposes. They do include that. Of course, you get the awesome Terry figure. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and show you some of the accessories. You do get 4 additional pair of hands in addition to the fists that he comes with. So you're going to get a whole deal like this, and they come in different poses. So you've got some reaching out hands, you've got more like a sort of grasping or grabbing hands, and these are all done the same. You've got this nice fingerless gloves in blue, and you've got the skin texture coming through. So again, these are done really well, and these are pretty much you pull them out of the socket here and you put the new ones in. So you will get, again, as I said, 4 additional pair of hands with him. You also do get 4 set of ponytails. This is 3 in here. He doesn't come with the ponytail on in the box, so you get these 3, and then also I put on one back here. There is a slot on the head to put those ponytails, but I think again this is hair with a nice I guess blue ribbon or rubber band, what have you. So it's done well enough, and they're all in slightly different poses, so you can use them when he's doing his power wave or power geyser, what have you, or the burn knuckle, right? So they all have slightly different positions that you can use when posing this guy here. So you do get that. Speaking of the ponytail and how it attaches to the head, you do get a couple of heads with this guy here. So we're going to show you those right now. All right, so let's get going with the head here that he comes in. This is a very neutral look here for Terry. So nothing too crazy. The hat itself, it's soft rubber, so the flap here in the front you can bend slightly up and down, so it is soft rubber. Just be really careful. You got the Fatal Fury logo there, and he's got his blonde strands of hair under the hat. You guys could see him there, so you could see the eyes and the very neutral look on his head. And then moving on back, as I showed you guys earlier, there is a slot here for the ponytail, so I put this one in, but you can pull these out. I'm assuming that'll help with sort of the posing. If you wanted to, you can take that out, and you do get 4 extra ponytails, but that's the head itself. Again, you got the blonde hair in the back, you got the hat. Again, pretty well done, I think, for a figure in this scale, and the expression there on the face is pretty neutral, so it works out. But you do get other options, as I said. So the first one being here, this more like smiling look, and these you can just pop in and out, right? You can pull the head out and put the new one back on. But this head here, he is I guess more of a smirking, right, expression there. He's got the same eyes, the same strands of hair sort of hanging out of the hat here. So again, pretty much looks pretty well. The other head that we do get here is a more grimacing look, like he's struggling there. He's upset, he's angry, and I think those teeth look pretty cool. I think it's a nice expression here for Terry. And then again, same material. All these hats are all made of the same material with the same Fatal Fury print and everything. So, and you still have your spot for the ponytail. And then lastly, One of my more favorite ones, and I think this is the one I'll be using probably when he does his power geyser. It's his yelling face. So I think this one's done pretty well. Definitely very Terry-like with the strands of hair there and the eyes. And you still got the same old same rubber material with the Fatal Fury logo. And again, you can still place your ponytails there. So pretty well done. Another additional accessory that you get with the figure here is this vest. So this one's more, it's got more detailing around the back and the sides, the folds. Again, more sculpting. I think this is more of the action sort of vest that he would wear when he's doing his moves versus the one he comes with here where, you know, it's more relaxed. It's kind of just draped down. So this is more, I guess, for a museum pose versus this one right here on the right, that it's more for your action pose. This is made out of soft rubber and it's all red with a nice white star in the back. So again, it's pretty similar design here to the one that he comes with. And you just sort of pop the arms out and slide this on and then pop the arms back in to put this on. So again, that's really cool. They included this additional vest. You know, they could have just left us with this one, but I like that they gave us this additional one here. And then the last set of accessories here are the awesome effects that you get with this guy. Starting here with the this is the burn knuckle one, right? This is where the hand kind of goes in place with the fist. And this is for when you want him to do his burn knuckle here, right? So you can attach that to the hand and he can be punching like he does in the game. Just got to put this guy in a pose. So that's really cool. That's one accessory done in this clear blue plastic, which is done really well. So it's really cool. Next accessory here is, this is his power wave. So this is meant to sit on the ground like you see it there. And that's, of course, when he does, he slams his fist on the ground and this kind of runs along the ground. So it's a nice, cool fire effect. If you're going to post this guy fighting your other figures, then he has that power wave here. So that's really cool, made out of this clear, pliable plastic. So it's cool. And then the last one is the big one. This is the power geyser. Again, it'd be really cool to maybe stick some LEDs in here and maybe have some this lit up, but it's really cool. It's hollow on the inside, so it is clear plastic with the painted detailing, you know, to simulate like the fire effects that comes out of that desperation or special move that he does. But it's, as you guys can see, is slightly taller than the figure itself, so that's really awesome. And again, this is meant to sit you know, on the floor or on the ground, etc., next to the figure when he's doing his special move. So again, I'll probably end up using this really cool accessory there. Now moving on to the figure itself, I showed you guys a head. I think is well done, as well as all the other options that we get in the box. This is pretty much Storm Collectibles standard. So this head's pretty you know, poseable. He can look up, he can look down, you know, you can turn it fully around. The vest, as I showed you guys earlier, the vest that comes with this guy is removable, and you guys could see a lot of the detailing there underneath his shirt. Following other Storm Collectible figures, this upper chest area here is soft rubber, and that's to aid with the articulation when you're posing this guy. The bottom portion here is it's hard plastic. Again, the vest is done pretty well. Not a lot of detail, but you could see some slight line work here on the shoulders, and of course you got the nice big star there. And the shirt itself again continues onto the joints. His t-shirt with the rip top edges here, you could see it there. So that's really cool. Of course, I think they got his skin complexion really well, pretty much matching what's in the games. And again, this is standard Storm Collectible, so you've got your muscle definition done really well. You've got, you know, your joints here so that this arm can move fully around. You've got bicep articulation there. You got your elbow, which again is done pretty cool. I think that's double jointed. You got the hands here that you can rotate, and you know, you can move up and down, and you can pull these out and replace them with all the other ones. Moving on down here, the chest is kind of plain, you know, I mean, it's just a white t-shirt with some folds and some sculpting there. It is done well, but you know, again, looks really cool. Then you've got his belt, going on here. So it's painted on, and they did sculpt the buckle into the rest of the jeans. And when it comes to the jeans, they're not plain. Again, they're all blue. They've got some nice line work and sculpting there to give it some definition. Same thing here on the upper section of the legs. They kind of giving you some folds, etc., I guess, to simulate the jean material kind of being pushed through. Before we move on down here, I did want to mention, of course, you do get your waist articulation. So if you wanted to, this guy turns fully around. He can pretty much look up from the waist and then also from the upper section, so probably about that much. And then of course you can use this as an ab crunch to look all the way down. So I think that's some pretty good range there. And now we can keep going on to the legs. Again, this blue is really well done. A little plain, but they have managed to add looks like some white paint and some light work and some sculpts to, you know, give it a lot of that definition. You know, he's just wearing a pair of blue jeans. Again, back here you see the pockets, and you see more line work here on the upper section of the legs. You see the joints there, but the jeans are really well done, I think, for this figure. And again, the legs themselves, you get the same, pretty much the same range as you do on all other Storm Collectible figures. So probably about that much forward, back about that much. You guys hear my squeaky joints. The knee here, double jointed. So again, you're going to be able to get some nice range there. So that's really cool. And of course, he can just about do a split, I would say, before the waist pieces start getting in the way. So again, I think the posing on this guy was done really well. And then we move on here to the feet. The sneakers, again, I think are really well done. You've got the red with the white laces there. And the front of the soles, what I like is that there's sculpting there here too. So it's not plain by any means. And articulation wise, you can move these feet, you know, left and right. The rubber here on the pants does get in the way if you wanted to move this further than that, but for me that's sufficient. And then you can also move this slightly up and down, and then you've got your ankle, sorry, not ankle, but your toe articulation here. And here's the bottom of the shoes. They did add some detailing there, some sculpting, so that's really cool. But overall, I think, you know, Terry, I think to me has such a plain design, but it's awesome, right? It's literally just a dude wearing a pair of blue jeans with a white t-shirt. But then of course the red vest with the red hat kind of takes it over the top. So the figure itself looks really cool. I think the joint options they've included, again, very similar to all the other Storm Collectible figures. So you will be able to get this guy into, you know, some nice poses there. I think the figure overall is done really well. You guys could see there some close-up of this guy. Just to give you a bit of an idea from a posability standpoint, I guess if you're trying to do, you know, burn knuckle, this is probably as far as you'll get. The leg kind of goes up just about that much, but then the knee is kind of, that's pretty much all you're gonna get. So you have to play around with it a bit to get a bit more of that accurate look, right, where he's leaning more a little forward there. But yeah, this is, you know, you stick the effect there into the fist and kind of holds in place really well. And you know, I went with the ponytail that's kind of more straightened out, pointing towards the back, and of course you got the yelling face there. So again, there's your burning knuckle. And then, of course, if you'd like to do one of the other moves, like the power wave, you can certainly get him into that pose. I think he looks a little better from this angle. And then you could take the effects and sort of put them here in front of him, you know, like so. Or if you wanted to, of course, you can take that same pose and have him do where he's about to do his power geyser there. So again, he is... you can get him into a lot of the poses that you're familiar with in the game. And then just one last look there. I switched out his vest for the, I guess, more flowing vest there. As I mentioned earlier, to take out the arms was pretty hard. I only ended up taking this one out, left the other one in, and just kind of was able to fit the vest right around it because it's made out of soft rubber. And definitely the vest kind of hides a lot of those bulky shoulder issues with the, as I showed you earlier, right? If you just were to display him with the shirt, I think the vest goes a long way there. And I switched out his head, gave him a bit of a different ponytail, but overall a cool looking figure. I'm so glad to have this one now. I missed out on the original release, so I'm glad they re-released it. And definitely if you're a King of Fighters fan or a Fatal Fury or Terry Bogard guy, then I think this figure is definitely pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get going here with the comparisons. We have Terry there hanging out looking all cool. So let's go ahead and put in next to the King from Tekken 7 here. Just gonna move them back a bit so you can get a better look. King's definitely much bigger there. Since we are a bit on the Tekken side here, why not throw in Paul Phoenix, again from the same Tekken 7 game. And these Tekken figures look to be a little larger than the King of Fighter ones here. So again, just something to keep in mind. So we'll take him out. And why not, let's put in here, let's take Paul out too. And bring in Mitsurugi from Soul Calibur. And why not, here's another Samurai from Samurai Showdown, Haomaru. These are all Storm collectible figures, so I think they will look pretty cool. Of course, I think the aesthetic for Haomaru here fits a little better with Terry. The colors here on Mitsurugi are a bit more, I guess, muted for lack of a better term, whereas these two guys are a bit more brighter looking, but I think they still look cool in my book. So we'll move Mitsurugi out of the way. Let's get Haomaru out. And then let's bring in some Virtua Fighter. This is Akira from Virtua Fighter 2. And some more Sega representation. This is Axel from their Streets of Rage 4 line here, which we're still waiting on Adam to be released. But that's sort of what these will look like together there. All right, so now we'll move on. Stay on with the, let's go to Street Fighter. So I have these other two here. So here is Balrog or M. Bison. And here is Zangief there, or Zangief. So you guys can see what they look like together. That scale definitely works for me. Obviously, in the games, these two guys are behemoths, so I think that kind of works out for me. They're definitely much bigger than Terry there. So that's your Street Fighter guys. We'll move them out. Of course, got to bring in his arch rival, Geese, as he calls him. So there you go. Geese is taller, but I think again that fits in within the scale. These figures are generally around, at least the King of Fighter ones are generally around 7.5 inches. So I think that works well. And then I had Iori here. This is the Orochi Iori. Iori is a tall guy, but right now obviously he's got this spread out looking pose there. So you guys can see them. And then lastly, we'll move Iori out of the way and bring in Ryo Sakazaki from this is I think the King of Fighters version. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Overall, really happy here with this Terry Bogard figure. Glad I got a chance to get this one and get it added to the collection. Overall, I think it comes with some really nice accessories. I think the figure definitely looks apart. If I had to nitpick it, again, it would be more in Storm Collectibles that I would like for them to start including more like stands. So then we could display these guys in some more action poses. Of course, you can get your own, but you know, with the way these figures cost, it would be nice if they threw a stand in there. But other than that, I think the figure looks really cool and it's a great addition to anyone's collection. If I missed anything, if you have any questions, of course, feel free to leave a comment. Always happy to help. But if you made it to the end, again, thank you so much for your very valuable time. And I will catch you in the next video. Take care.